You know what
Let's
I
just
just thought? Like, you're in the shower and you're just like you're bathing, right? And what would you do if someone just like broke in?
I've had that happen. So that's why I
What?
have these thoughts. Yeah. So
Oh
it's
my
like,
god.
yeah, it's not even negotiation. It's just, oh, cool. You're here. I'm here. Let's just see what's next. Let's just go with that. Listen, just stay with me here. It's an experience. It's a conversation. It's a discussion. Let's go with it. Just let it flow.
All right.
Just think about it though. When someone says pigs with wings, when someone says when pigs fly, I don't like I can visualize it, but I don't imagine pigs in that state actually having like angelic wings or bird feather wings. I mean, I know they do it all the time because of cartoons, animations. I can see it. I can see that depiction. But personally, I don't visualize it that way. If I saw a pig fly, I would assume it had large, meaty, vascular wings, just like you picture a bat, because bats are mammals. Pigs are mammals. Pigs are not birds. They are not T-Rex incarnate reincarnations, whatever. They are mammals. So I don't see them growing feathers. I just picture them having like giant spawn of Satan bat wings.
I love you really thought this out because
Evolution wise, it makes sense.
Uh,
I
God.
love your description though of just like big vascular wings. Like I'm just like yeah, I can
It's
I have to visualize that now because like
Have you
it's
ever looked at
ingrained
a
in my
bat's
mind.
wing? Have you
that's
ever looked at
Yeah.
a
grotesque.
bat wing? Bat wings have
Yeah.
all the veins in between.
A veiny
Okay.
wing.
Yeah,
Ew.
Oh
they
man.
have
Oh
veiny
man.
wings.
Hang on, I might have to shut this down. Like, how do you explain then the Pegasus? Because they have gorgeous wings.
Yeah, they have dove wings almost like this white.
All right, so platypus. I hate to break it to you, but um, not every creature of old still exists, so we can't confirm the platypus had dove wings. We just go off for countings, people who had hearsay knowledge of the matter.
Wait
Hmm.
for platypus
So
wings?
people don't know what the Pegasus wings actually look like. Is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, because I mean,
It's just
people used to think that there were giant cyclops walking around because of elephant skulls, because the eyes are so close. There's just one giant hole in the cranium. They used to think it was a cyclops. So same thing with the Pegasus. What they saw back then as a Pegasus may not be what we actually know it to be. So it may not have had dove wings.
yeah. Okay, I
I
see
mean,
what
it
you
should
mean.
though.
Yeah, but no, it's not like a one-off shower thought. This is a recurring thing. When I hear someone say pigs with wings, my mind's like, oh, it's got dove wings, and it auto corrects like hard turn. Like, nope, you're wrong.
I love the visual of like in your mind is like a blue screen that just pops up and then the pig just has like bat wings.
Yeah, just picture like the pig from Family Guy where it speaks the word oink, and then just put some bat wings on it. That's that's kind of what I picture.
The one that punched Brian?
Yeah, the one with fists that goes oink.
I can't get my mind out of I mean since you mentioned like The Simpsons, I'm just like thinking about like what was it, Bat Pig? No,
Oh
Spider
yeah,
Pig. Spider
Spider.
Pig, my
Spider
bad.
Pig. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That didn't even cross my mind.
Oh
All right.
man.
Well, hello
Just
everybody. Welcome back. Sorry, one moment. All right. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Unfiltered Pineapple Podcast. I am your host Oric with my other co-host Ari and Platypus.
hey
Say
there.
hello.
Howdy.
Yeah, we're just sharing some, you might call it shower thoughts, but it's just kind of a rambling of things that go through our minds today. Just more insight into ourselves for us and for everyone. What were you saying, Ari, before I did that introduction?
I honestly don't even remember. Um oh yeah, so I guess that's your weird confession then, like, of people would be surprised to know that about you, that you think about pigs with bat wings.
Yeah, that's a weird confession.
Hmm. Yeah, so I mean, like, I was just thinking, like, what is something that like each one of you has that's like a weird trait, a weird habit, or like just a thought that you keep to yourself that would just be like, I don't know, interesting or maybe shocking or disconcerting to other people.
Mm.
Like, there's a lot of confessions, like, on the internet, people just like, mention some of the things, their thoughts. Like, for instance, some people, like, when they eat food, they eat them in the order of, like, what they like the least and work their way towards to what they like the most so that the last thing that they eat, they can eat the tastiest, right? Some people
I've
measure,
done
like,
that.
some
I'll
people
confess, I've
measure
done that myself.
distance. I'll give you an example for me. Like, I know if I'm like traveling somewhere, I have like a playlist that is like long enough to listen to, and I use that as like a way to measure like time in a way. Um, like for instance, if I'm going like long distance, then I'm just gonna play like a long distance playlist, and I mean I pretty much know when halfway is there because um the same song keeps playing over and over again, or like yeah, it always stops at around that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I was sorry for trying to interrupt. I was saying I've also not all the time, but I have on occasion done that eating thing where I'll look at the plate of food and like, you know what? I'm not gonna like that. Let's just get that down the hatch now and just move on. Um,
Yeah. And other examples are like people have like these weird thoughts of just, for instance, if someone's like holding like a baby, you know, like they have the thought like, oh, what would happen if I just like threw the baby out the window or something like that. Kind of just like disconcerting thoughts, that I guess people just keep to themselves because it'd
are
be
these psychotic tendencies
intrusive.
or are
Intrusive
these
thoughts is what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
are we talking about psychotic thoughts or intrusive thoughts? They might be a level better.
That might be psychotic, but people have intrusive thoughts. It's
How many
like,
babies have you thought of throwing out the window, platypus?
Were you talking about like this year, this quarter?
wait, did
What?
you even see a baby this year?
Yeah, this quota.
No, I don't think I'm at liberty to discuss. My assigned FBI agent might actually do something.
Oh
Oh wait,
boy.
also
No, no,
we can't
I
have
don't.
you comment. We can't have you comment on your performance report before the performance period's over. That's right. So, all right.
I think I think I get your whole intrusive thoughts idea though. Like I don't know. Like if I'm ever on like a really tall ledge or something, or like on a roller
Oh
coaster,
yeah.
and then sometimes it's like, what would happen if I just like go on the other side of this guardrail, or just like compulsively jump or something for no reason? I don't know
Yeah.
why. It just always like crosses my mind.
Yeah, it's actually normal to have those thoughts, but I mean it'd be different, I guess, if you act on them.
A
Again,
little
you've
bit.
crossed the line from morbid curiosity to mortal curiosity.
Oh man.
Would you? Quick sidebar. Would you guys ever go on one of those glass bridges?
Yeah.
No. Uh,
That
Are
was a
you are
pretty
you
quick
asking would I
response
or
from
have
both.
I?
Would you?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
There's one in like Tennessee in Gatlinburg that goes
Really?
over like a valley and stuff. I would say I've never done it, and but I'm open to it. Like I mean they're built pretty strong, I would assume. It's not
Hmm.
like it's
I
like
think
Gorilla Glass, isn't it?
I haven't looked into it too much. When I think of glass bridges, though, I get that curiosity, that introverted thought of like, what if that one? Because I imagine every morning they have inspectors looking at this thing before people
Yeah,
cross in and before they open it to the public, if it's not just publicly accessible all the time.
I'm
And
sure
my
there's a
thought is,
weight
what if
limit.
there's
Yeah.
got to be, but what if you're that person that steps on it and it cracks? My thought's like, what is your reaction? Is it more
First, it's
like,
like I better stop eating as much, you know.
yeah, is your first
Yeah.
thought like, why me? Or
It's
is
like,
it,
oh
oh no, what's
crap.
next?
It's like, oh crap, like, am I like too heavy? I guess yeah, but I just thought of something else. Like, I feel like, what if there was just like a guy that just came out with like a hammer, a sledgehammer, and then try to just like break the bridge? I mean, like, I feel like I would have that intrusive thought. It's like, what if I just came here with a sledgehammer and just like start, taking a crack at it?
You might get you might experience some mob violence, but yeah.
Wait, are you serious? You think people are gonna stop? Like, stop you?
I feel like if they aren't too think some probably be like,
Like,
wait, this one guy is trying to kill all of us. How about all of us just do it the other way around?
no, but like, I feel like people would just be shocked.
Probably also, yeah. But I
There's
mean, I don't know.
there's fight or flight, yeah.
I would assume they wouldn't all just stand around and be like, I'm about to die, and then just do nothing.
Well, let's just start thinking. I mean, that's you argue about the hammer, but what if you went to a regular bridge and you were halfway across and some guy jumped out from the bush on the other side with a saw and started cutting the wood or the rope holding it up? I mean,
Oh,
it's the same
oh.
kind of. Yeah, I mean, I have those kind of thoughts when I go hiking, but that's it's like, well, is this the bridge I cross where I die? Is this the turn that I make where someone jumps out? It's like, all right, time for your daily robbing. Um,
Oh man. Platypus, do you have any thoughts? You think of any like intrusive thoughts that you would never want to share?
Well, I don't know. I guess because I have a thing with heights, a lot of mine are just like what ifs for like falling off of shit for whatever reason. But I mean, I don't know.
Just
I don't
like eat
usually
eat yourself,
eat myself.
Yeet.
is
Oh.
it? Are you worried about like GTA fall damage in real life, where you skip a step and suddenly you lose half a heart of health?
I'm thinking
Jesus.
Minecraft too. Oh man, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Get wasted.
Oh man.
Yeah, but now I don't know. I don't usually think about undoing a bridge or something specifically.
You
I
don't
guess
ever think like, if you ever go into like a restaurant and you see people with like wine and stuff, and you're just like, what if I just like hold my hand out and just like knock their glass of wine over and just like make a scene? What if I just made a scene,
I
basically?
just like trip the server or something.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's like you see that they're busy and it's just like, what if I just put my foot out just a little bit?
Yeah, or I guess a better example is if somebody in public is pissing me off, and then it's just like, what if I just like Kimura this man right quick?
Uh, like, have you ever been on a flight where there's like a baby that's like crying? I mean, oh
Every
man.
time. The
Yeah,
last
that's
time
like
I flew.
that's the worst. Um
They usually sit right
I,
next to me. I
I
just
feel
keep
like,
reading.
is there like a story where there was someone that just got like really impatient and just like punched a baby or something? I feel like that would, someone let their intrusive.
There's definitely going to be a Florida man story about that. I wouldn't have to do probably too much research to figure that out.
They let their intrusive thoughts win there. Like, I'm gonna punch this
Uh,
baby. You want something to cry about? All right, but finna catch these hands. Uh,
Hold on, are we talking about confessions right now, or are these just your thoughts?
these are like, thoughts that other people would consider like, just like surprising, or just like, I don't know, just that you would keep to yourself and it would be shocking and disconcerting to other people? Like, we're talking about thoughts right now, but like, is there something that like you do or something about you, like your personality that you just like keep to yourself?
That's
Platypus,
interesting.
platypus, we can keep your feet kink private, so don't worry, we won't talk about that.
Well, disclaimer, I don't kink shame, but feet definitely don't do it for this guy. But
Oh
yeah,
man.
like please don't send toe pics in the fan mail. But yeah.
It's like for platypus. Wink,
Yeah,
wink.
yeah, like a smooch on the envelope, or I guess it'd just be like a toe print.
A toe print. Oh my god, that's funny. But yeah, like, I mean, do you guys have other thoughts that you just like keep to yourself? Um, I mean, I know
I mean,
people that
Maybe
like
maybe judging people for eating asparagus because that shit is fucking heinous. Like, yeah.
I have an entire side of my family that loves asparagus, and
asparagus is fine.
when you get a meal, that's the only vegetables. Like, cool. I guess I'm having extra asparagus tonight.
Platypus. Do
Yep.
you do you think that asparagus tastes like soap?
No, it doesn't taste like soap. I mean,
You just don't
honestly,
like the taste?
I'd rather eat soap. I don't know how to describe the taste, but it's foul. Like it reminds me of like sewer mud, and like it's slimy, and it has like after effects, and it's ugly. I don't fuck with that vegetable on any level. Like I think we should just burn all asparagus to the ground and just be better as a species and a planet.
Hmm.
But that's just me.
Well, hold on.
Arachidus
I
comes
thought
from
asparagus grew in water.
Oh well, then take it out of the water and then burn it.
Am I wrong about that? Hold on, let me look at it.
I'm not sure.
You guys keep talking while I verify this.
okay.
I'm curious now.
This you want to see asparagus eradicated from this planet. I mean, I like asparagus. It's pretty good.
I don't know. They're just better vegetables, at least in my opinion.
I mean, I feel like it just depends on like how people cook it. You could just have a bad batch of asparagus. I mean,
I don't know. Like even if I've had it prepared differently and seasoned well, I'd still just get that taste. And like I
uh,
said, there's the after effects, which is
Oh
gross.
yeah,
Like,
it
just
grows in the ground. It grows in the ground. I don't know
oh,
what
perfect.
vegetable I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So the next.
Maybe just rice.
are you thinking like leeks or
Oh, that might have been it.
he's
Yeah,
confusing vegetables? Yeah.
I
Okay.
am. Good thing we're not playing Jeopardy. Um, that's a callback to another episode, everybody.
Catch it.
Yeah. No, intrusive thoughts. I do. It comes to the question of what do you want to share, not just do you have something to share. Because a lot of intrusive thoughts that I have, it's just a curiosity, like see in my mind how something plays out all the way.
Hmm.
Not necessarily like any intention to act on it. Just
Right.
you live in a world with a lot of possibilities, and anyone or anything can just make a decision, on a snap. That's like, you know what? I wasn't going to do it that way, but let's do it. That's a. It's kind of like reference to a. Let's see here. Again, without there's a difference between psychotic activity and just intrusive thoughts. Psychotic
Right.
is you're driving down the road, like what happens if I just go hit those pedestrians? Intrusive is like what happens if I just start swerving in front of people with traffic and
What are they
making
gonna do?
trouble. Yeah, making
Yeah.
trouble for me and others. Well,
Yeah.
I remembered another one actually. Um, I guess if you considered like if you could have like a what if machine like in Futurama, and
Yeah.
just see how things play out and not suffer the consequences. I guess one of those kinds of what if thoughts I had is what if I went to like a house party or something and the host was a piece of shit for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And so in like retaliation, without saying anything, just drop like a mean upper decker in the master bathroom and then just go home and like just don't say anything about it.
Yeah.
I
Kind
stored
of
up for
like
today just in case.
yeah, just like a vengeful upper decker.
Now, so with this machine, like like you can just ask it like what if like, at any time, like can it be something like for anticipation in the future, for instance? Like, it's like, for instance, if I like, I don't know, if I have a test on Friday and I say, what if machine, like, what if I studied 3 hours today and not tomorrow, or something like that, Like, is it anticipatory? Like, can you see ahead in the future, or is it just something that you can say, like, what if I actually just, like, did what I was gonna do, like at that house party, and um, just to see what it would have been.
Yeah. I don't know. See, in my mind, you could just configure it to do it like all of
Whatever.
the above. Yeah.
Nice. Because I feel like, I mean, like, there's not much you could change in the past, so I mean, I would just be looking to see like what would I want to do like with that in the future.
It would be kind of like a cheat code, but I mean, that would be cool.
That's too
Yeah.
reflective. That's too reflective. Don't try and game the system.
But also my other thought is like what if machine shows you one of like a couple possibilities, you know?
Well, that's how
And
it works. It picks a scenario and plays it out.
yeah, but like you don't actually know what it's gonna be like. So I mean, like going back to the
Well, that's
all
the
right,
whole
me.
point of a what if machine is what is the result of this of this decision, what is the result of this action?
No, but like you make a lot of decisions and not just like one.
It's like a
So
choose your own adventure.
I mean, somewhat, yeah.
It keeps going decision after decision as you're like, oh, well, I'm in this scenario. Where do I go from here?
Hmm.
Well, here's an intrusive thought for you. There's plenty of times, many a times, too many to count, where I will be driving home from work or from a family gathering or just, heading home or heading out someplace. I'm just on the road driving. And for no particular reason, my mind just wanders to, what if I just turn westbound and just start driving? 2 days go by. I'm in Montana. No one's heard from me. No one knows what's going on, and I'm just exploring, just doing my thing. Like, yeah, let's just leave everything behind and just start. Not necessarily a new life. Just go do my own thing for a while. Uh, Not that I want to act on it. It's just a curiosity. Like, what happens if I'm just gone for 2 days? How much panic is there? What gets involved? What goes on behind the scenes of something I'm no longer involved in? Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, I have that thought period. And again, it's just like, if you remove me from the situation and people don't know what's going on, what happens? And that's just not something I can answer, which is why it keeps coming back up in my mind like, hey, let's just take this exit. Come back in a week and see what happened. Uh, don't respond to the phone. You got money. You can go find a hotel or something. Yeah. Um, nothing permanent. Not to go hide or do it. Just literally like if I remove myself from my life, what happens to those involved in my life?
Hmm.
I get those thoughts.
I guess everybody has to kind of wonder, what would happen if they took like if they chose the bad ending or made like a weird decision. Just nobody wants to actually, suffer the consequences.
Yeah, that is true. Um, I mean, I've always had those thoughts, really. I think that's just a part of the human condition is just thinking about stuff like that.
I mean, it's a part of experiencing life. Life is full of what ifs and just curiosities. You hold a baby and it's like, what if I squeeze the arm too hard? Am I going to break it? I'm just trying to make sure the baby doesn't fall. So if I'm squeezing too hard, am I going to cause a blood clot? What's going, things like that. It's a mix of curiosity and a mix of survival. It's just what do you need to survive? Your brain will go to those caveman-esque thoughts and say, "All right, that's a bad noise. Let's go towards it."
Mm.
Or that's a bad noise. Hey Jimmy, go check it out.
Here's a specific thought, and I'll ask this to you two because both of you all are in a relationship. But has the intrusive thought of, it's like, what would happen if I cheated? Has that ever come up? Like, have you ever had that thought?
No, well, never seriously. I mean,
But you
cheating's like
like
a
like you just like it doesn't have to be like with a specific person, but I mean, I guess it could be, but if you want to share that. No, but like it could just be like a general thought. It's like, you're just like having breakfast, and you're just like, I wonder what would happen if I did.
or just like
You got some sort
abscond
of
to
you got some sort of
Fiji.
confession, Ari?
Like, would I even get caught or something, like stuff like that. Have you had that? Like,
Eh,
No.
could you get away with it?
oh god. I guess I've had those kinds of thoughts in like a failing relationship, but it was never something I actually acted on. Again, it was still just like a
I mean,
like,
I feel like it's completely different if, you act upon it, obviously. But I mean, I'm sure people have those thoughts. Um, and I was just curious to hear, like, if maybe, like, you had that at one point in not just in your current relationship, but like in previous ones. So you were saying you would have those thoughts in a failing relationship?
I'm saying like that has been the case for me in a failing relationship, but
Mm,
I mean, I don't know. I guess that's sort of how things go in a sense. But
Well,
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
in those situations,
I've never been in like a great place in a relationship and wondered that kind of thing. I guess just because no real. I don't know. I guess my brain doesn't go there. Not that it's a good or bad
mm.
thing either way. It just I don't know. It doesn't really cross my mind the same way.
well,
Oh, okay.
you're touching the right point. Cheating is a result of being in a relationship where you don't get the satisfaction you need, so you're looking for it elsewhere. So if you're in a
Yeah.
relationship where you're getting those needs, the only logically one of the only reasons you would be cheating at that point is just a narcissistic personality or just detached from the relationship. You're still getting what you need, but you're just detached as a person. Um, you're not mentally in there or emotionally in there like you otherwise could be, even though all your needs are there. So to answer your
Mm.
question, no, in part because the one relationship I had still ongoing. So it's not as though it's not like 8 years ago, I was with someone like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. Let me go cheat and find something. I haven't had that opportunity in the first place, so I can't be in that position.
I mean, I was just curious. I kind of agree with the platypus that it really doesn't, it shouldn't come up if in a healthy relationship, and I guess like that's also like a sign if you have those thoughts, then maybe there's something going on that you need to address. But we're not in the business of giving it relationship advice. It was just more just like passing thought. It's like I'm sure people have had those, but yeah, I mean, it's very different to act upon it too.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess people are always going to be curious about the most random things anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of my intrusive thoughts come into an explorer, adventure kind of mindset. Like, what if I just pick up that manhole cover and go into the sewers and see what's down there? Will I get in trouble? What's going to happen to me down there? What kind of gators am I going to run into? Uh, mine's a lot of that scientific curiosity side of, ooh, what's going to happen? Not so much emotional attachment to a decision.
I like whenever my intrusive thoughts are more just like, if I'm in public or like if I'm just like I don't know, if I'm listening to a speech where everyone else is quiet, and the only one that's speaking is like the speaker, I'm just like, what if I just interrupt them? What if I cause a commotion? Or what would happen, basically? It's like,
What if I just take my dinner and throw it across the restaurant at someone and tell them it's their fault? Let's hear.
let's say for instance, like it was like a school event and I'm just like sitting, the speaker is like some famous person, it's like, what if I just threw my backpack at him? There's no security here, and like I'll
I'm a
just run
kid. I
away
can get
or
away with it. Yeah.
yeah.
What if they
There's
make it their life's mission to get you back?
Ooh, yeah. that'd be fun.
I like, depending on the context of it, I do like some good long-term revenge stories. Um, People that spend 13 plus years seeding just to finally get their moment and take advantage of it.
Mm, yeah.
Like
Well,
yours.
I mean, we talked about intrusive thoughts. Like, do you guys have like I don't know, like habits or personality traits that people would find like quirky or disconcerting?
Mm.
Like, do you like for example, if you're in your car and you're listening to music and you turn the volume, like, do you keep it at an even number? Like,
Not
You
always.
know me
like,
so well. You know me so well.
wait, and also what number do you keep it on too? Is like,
Depends on the vehicle, though. That's also a factor.
what is it in your vehicle right now?
If I'm in the neighborhood, I lower it to a 6. Once I get on the highway, it goes up to a 10 when it's noisier.
I keep mine at like 16 or 17.
It's so funny, like, I mean, I don't think I ever realize what volume I keep my radio on. And I don't think it really matters to me if it's on an even number too. I think it might be set to like 13 or 14 right now.
So if I'm in the neighborhood, I'm trying to be quiet and respectful of the neighbors, wherever I'm at. My neighborhood, otherwise, I keep it at 6. When I get to like the hustle bustle of a main road in a town, I'll turn it up to an 8. Highways 10, maybe up to 12 if it's really noisy.
Mm.
When it's a song I like, one that I want to listen to in full, um, I just really enjoy it. I'll turn it up to a 12, a little louder. And if it's a song I really like, it goes up to an 18. And if it's a favorite song, it goes up to 20 plus. Um, there's a, there's a method to the madness. Yes, I do that stuff.
Hmm.
And
It's
obviously, if any time Rick Astley's "Never Gonna Give You Up" comes on, that's immediately a 20 plus. Just an FYI. Of course.
never gonna
Ooh,
give you up. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
Roll down the windows at the intersection, stop sign, just start bouncing the car. Yeah, all that.
also that might be flagged because I don't know how YouTube is gonna like me just like my own rendition of
You got 10 seconds. I'm pretty
oh,
sure.
okay. So I could sing it for like 10 seconds.
I don't actually. I know it used to be 10 seconds. I don't think it's still 10 seconds, but 1 second's not going to do any problems.
All
They're
right,
not.
well,
They're not that strict. Because
well, all right.
There's a lot of songs that share lyrics and beats for a solid second. It's hard to discern what it is per se.
You guys have like a favorite song that's like, this the whole song in your head. You can listen to it like um but you don't really know the lyrics, so you can't really recite it out loud.
Oh
I
yeah,
You,
think I know what you mean. Oh yeah,
uh,
you're just
it's like
paying more.
you can hear the music, you can hear the song, but you don't really know like the lyrics to it. So it's just like you can't sing along.
Oh yeah, yeah, especially if it's like a new song that you get like stays on repeat. Then yeah, or if you hang more on to like the vibe of the song and don't
Mm.
care as much about like the lyrics or the meaning, maybe just like the phonetics. Yeah.
Is there a
Yeah,
song where
here, I got something real quick. I don't
all right.
actually, when I listen to music, I really don't care for lyrics. There's almost most songs that I listen to, I don't know the lyrics to because I'm just in it for the beats, the instrumental elements of it. I mean, sometimes the voice is a good compliment to it, like Linkin Park
Could
has a
you
nice beat.
sing? Could you like do you know the lyrics of Never Gonna Give You Up?
Oh, I do that one. That's why I turn it
Okay.
up so loud. For songs I like, I turn it up to a 12, and by that I mean I don't know the lyrics, but I like the beat. I like the, the music. Um, but no, because when I drive or when I'm listening to music, very rarely am I in it just for the lyrics and the whole musical experience. I'm just lost in my own thoughts and activities and just having background music. So that's why I don't care so much for lyrics and why I don't learn any lyrics. Like I've played songs in public and around people that probably shouldn't be listening to that song, and someone will look at me and go, "Hey, why are you playing that? You know, did you just hear what they said?" I'm like, "I have no idea what they just said. Why? Was it
Um,
something offensive? I
you're
don't."
just playing like the Yin Yang twins at the family barbecue.
Yeah, did you hear that beat drop? Man, that was so smooth.
Hmm.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, so I have that tendency. That's
So
just because I don't care about lyrics per se. It's not that I
yeah,
say they're bad. I just it's not my focus in a song.
yeah. I like that you keep the volume on multiples, like so 6, 8, 10, 12, and then 20 for your most favorite songs.
I in my first car I blew out the speakers because I had things too loud, which is why I keep them
Uh,
real quiet, and I didn't have the money to fix it, so I don't want to blow out the speakers again. So I keep them
yeah.
a little tame.
Oh man. I don't even know what to keep my volume up on. All I know is that I do have to turn it up whenever I go on the highway because like I can't hear for crap, you know. Um, and definitely like, you ever just like stop your car, like you had the radio on very loud, you stop your car and then like the next day is like you turn on your car and it's just like blaring music. I've had
Yeah.
that happen so many times. It's like, oops. Um, and it's yeah, like it's usually not even like a song worth having that loud.
Right, yeah, you scare yourself. Done that a few times.
I've scared myself so many times, it's just like ah, because like I feel like it just like just like comes out of nowhere. It's like hmm.
Uh, no, because again, I usually turn down the volume when I get into a neighborhood. It happens again. It happens periodically. So yes, it does. But no,
Hmm.
I've got too many methods to my madness. I'm procedural about a lot of things. So much that people comment on them all the time. Like, you always do them. Like, yeah, here's why.
Hmm. Have you here's something, and you may have done this like during like COVID, for instance, but like um I know that I've gotten into the habit of like if someone's like near me and they sneeze, like I tend to just like hold my breath now. It's like because I don't want whatever they're having.
Yeah, I'm a little more concerned about catching things after 2020 and all that.
Just run up and kiss them. Hey, good one. Good sneeze right there, buddy.
Mm,
No, I don't. I don't. I've always been like that. If someone sneezes or coughs, I just take a little bit of an aside, give it some space to disperse, reduce the number of pollutants getting into me. Um, just good, healthy habit, anyways. I mean, think about it. How much of history has been people dying because of disease?
Yeah.
You
I mean,
think people
people
would
people
take
die
it
from like the
seriously?
common cold. People die from the flu every year. I mean, it's serious.
Yeah. So, I just, if you put things in a historical context, like, you know what, that's a bad thing. Let's just avoid that as much as
Hmm.
possible.
Yeah, I mean, people not covering up when they cough and sneeze is a pet peeve anyways. I mean, that's just nasty. Like, I mean, I wasn't trying to like walk into sneezes pre-COVID either, but yeah, like now I don't know, I'm just more, I don't know, I guess I pay more attention to that sort of thing.
Yeah. Do you guys like have shower thoughts? You
Yeah,
know?
you know what? I was just thinking of another. Let me interrupt you. I was just thinking of another intrusive thought I had. I completely forgot. I don't know how I forgot about this. You may have picked up there's a theme of death with a lot of my thoughts. Hiking and all this stuff. Like, what happens if someone, X happens and X person dies? Yada yada. I do have a lot of intrusive thoughts, whether it's about, and you could call it being scared, but how would I respond to a break-in? How would I respond to, this kind of life or death situation? And a lot of them turn into me not even pleading with the murderer, but just like, yeah, hey, glad you finally showed up. I've been waiting for a while.
Hmm.
Like a lot of my intrusive thoughts are, you know what? I accepted that this was a possibility, and if I die, I die. So how can I make this as easy for you as possible?
You know what
Let's
I
just.
just thought? Like, you're in the shower and you're just like you're bathing, right? And what would you do if someone just like broke in?
I've had that happen, so that's why I
What?
have these thoughts. Yeah. So
Oh
it's
my
like,
god.
yeah, yeah. It's not even negotiation. It's just, oh, cool. You're here. I'm here. Let's just see what's next. Let's just go with it. So
Imagine having to fight them naked. Oh my goodness.
I, I, this is actually a part of my unofficial stand-up routine where I talk about that whole Reagan story, and one of the punchlines is like, "Hey, can I at least let me put on a towel, and then you can do what you're gonna do. Give me some
Oh,
decency before death. Thank you."
And I
give me
gotta
like
fight back
one
at all.
second.
You could like weaponize your nudity.
Yeah, that's the backup plan. Don't spoil it.
So they might not be ready if you just start like trying to twerk on them.
That reminds me of the meme you shared. I post of like big brain activity where increasingly smarter. Someone knocks on the stall that you're in the bathroom, and you go, "Just a minute," and then the big brain activity is you open the door like, "Come on in."
That's right. I think the middle step was just like shitting louder so they go away or something.
Just get noisier. Ah.
Oh man.
All those sound about like I'd say that's accurate. Like I haven't tried, but I'm confident.
You don't put yourself in that scenario too often to have to experiment.
Nope.
Hmm.
Try not to poop publicly. I mean, I guess that can happen at home, but that doesn't seem as traumatizing, I guess.
Loud enough that the person in the apartment next door has to come over and ask questions.
Oh my god.
But
Hey guys.
no, a lot of my intrusive thoughts are death related.
Oh, okay. Hey guys, so I think that we should do like a part two to this because I want to hear like other people's thoughts too. And it's just also I have to run.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, all
Yeah.
good, all good.
I appreciate you guys. So catch part two to this episode coming soon. Um, and my name is Ari, and I've been joined with Org and Platypus. Follow us on socials, and we'll see you next time.
Say everybody.
Peace.